On Friday, Hillary Clinton met with a new national security expert team. And one can only surmise that they'll be talking about foreign policy matters and how to keep America safe. An article on The Intercept detailed some of the individuals in this elite circle of individuals. First guy that we're going to talk about is a guy named David Petraeus. You might have heard of him. That might sound a little bit familiar to certain people. Petraeus, something like I think. Didn't
he kind of get relieved of his duties in disgrace for something?
Disgrace.
That's
yeah. I think his what did he do? Something about classified information. He kind of gave it to his mistress. Who didn't have security clearance.
So why would you want to be advised by somebody like that? If you were Hillary, why would you think?
Well, think about it. They have very similar pasts. Petraeus couldn't handle classified information. Hillary has proven that she's very reckless when handling classified information. So
it's a relationship that bloomed from a similar experience or a similar fault.
A disgraceful experience.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right. But you can see where, they could link up and be like, yeah, good buddy. I see you mishandling information.
We both do that well.
Yeah. And Petraeus, he was also the general that led the effort in
spearheaded.
Yeah, Iraq, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a great.
Wait a second, that was Bush's administration.
Bush.
So So we always talk about this and how the Republicans are the ones who are warmongers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
But
this is the Democratic Party we're talking about.
Okay.
Let's be clear. Another guy that we're going to talk about is a guy named Michael Chertoff. And this guy served under... he served under George W. Bush.
Another Bushy.
Yeah, he was the secretary. But he was Bush's last secretary of the Department of Homeland Security. And since he has gotten out of office, he's heading up a private consulting firm called the Chertoff Group that promotes security industry priorities.
Oh,
yeah. There's something else about him though something else I read about him.
You mean how he was in an interview and he touted body scanners, the use of body scanners on airports, without divulging the fact that his firm was employed by the company that made those body scanners.
Oh. Yeah. That would be like
quid pro quo kind of
like conflict of interest.
Conflict of interest, yeah. And he's kind of promoting it as a way to benefit himself and his firm.
Another Bushy, like you said. Another guy that we're going to talk about is Mike Morell. Now this guy right here, we should be proud of this guy. Now this guy, he's the former acting director of the CIA. So he's very influential. And he actually endorsed Clinton last month in August.
So he's kind of like a late bloomer when it comes to endorsing Clinton.
Yeah, he didn't come over until last month. So he's late to the party, but he did. He came on and he's in full.
He probably was just waiting on Hillary Clinton to just outright win the nomination after the DNC. Maybe he was waiting on that.
Maybe. But this guy, he wrote in an op-ed piece in the New York Times, and he labeled Trump, quote, an unwitting agent of the Russian Federation.
Oh, the Red Scare tactics.
Red Scare tactic. Yeah, and the New York Times was actually, they were criticized because they didn't make a point in revealing his connection to Hillary Clinton. Yeah, because his current employment, he works with the Beacon Global Strategies, which is a national security consulting firm that has links to Hillary Clinton. So of course he's saying all the right things about Hillary Clinton. But there's another thing that's interesting about this guy. He did an interview with Charlie Rose on PBS. And my gosh, he said that the CIA should actively kill Russians and Iranians in Syria. That's what he said, right? Did I get that right? He's Russians and Iranians in Syria. Not just, I mean, he's assassinate. He assassinate.
So this dude is on a team of experts.
He's on the team. He's on the team.
I'm not like a foreign policy expert, but I know that Iran is like 3 times the size as far as population than Iraq.
Yeah.
So and it hasn't been decimated with war. So trying to stoke them is pretty much
probably a bad idea.
A bad idea.
It's probably a bad idea. Yeah.
And right now we're seeing that a lot of things that are going on with Syria are very sensitive, and we all know that Hillary Clinton wants a no-fly zone. So I don't know. Like I'm trying to figure this one out.
It's just
man.
the continuation of failed
just trying to figure
policies from failed strategies. This guy Morell too. He wrote a book. And in the book too, I'm gonna quote The Intercept. It says, in his book, he apologizes for giving flawed intelligence to Colin Powell about Iraq's supposed weapons of mass destruction, but defends the CIA torture program as legal and ethical. He defended the torture program as legal and ethical. Like, what kind of vantage point is he standing at? What kind of perspective?
It's legal. It's like one of those things where it's legal because we made it legal, and it's ethical because I make it into something that's ethical because I want to do it.
The only way I could think that he would feel like it is ethical is by him saying, "Well, look, we're trying to save American lives, so it's ethical. We can do whatever we need to do if it's with the goal of saving American lives. So if we assassinate 1 million people with the intention on saving American lives, then we're righteous. We're golden.
And we're spreading freedom.
And it's legal.
Spreading democracy.
Another guy, Michael Vickers. He's new to the team. He's a former Pentagon official. And I believe, in 2011, the New York Times reported that he would grin and tell people, quote, "I just want to kill those guys." And this was in reference to drone strikes. He led the use of drone strikes. So he would laugh about our policy of using drone strikes and just be like, "Oh man, I'm so glad that we're going to kill all these people overseas, all these dark, kind of brown people and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I'm just so happy about it."
Before, we started this video, Will asked me if I was going to bring up Obama and this, and I was like, I don't see a reason why. Yeah. But then as soon as you mentioned the drone strikes and increasing those, I'm like, dang. I was like, I got to acknowledge that Obama has been like
ramped it up.
He's been supercharged.
Yeah, so, you would think that it was probably at its highest under George Bush. You would think, but no, under the Democratic president, Obama, way more.
So do you think those are going to go down if Hillary Clinton gets in office?
Miss Warhawk? Miss Neoliberal? Hillary Clinton? Scale back the drone strikes?
Do you think so? It's going to go down.
I think it's a greater possibility that I just burst in flames right now.
Spontaneous combustion.
Just bam. I'm on fire. Just like right now, man. We're in South Carolina. It's real hot down here, so. Nah, man. So judging this team, this elite team, this national security team, I want to hear from people like Cenk Uygur and Tom Hartman. These progressives that have said, look, Trump is so bad that we have to vote for Hillary Clinton. Sean King even has said that, look, we got to vote for her. So I want to hear from them. And so
if you're voting for her, then essentially you're voting for all of that.
All of this. We know who's in her ear.
So it's not just about Clinton.
We know who she is, and we know who's going to be advising her. We even know who's leading her transition team. We did that story, right? Remember that? Salazar?
Yes.
So we know, like I said, we know who's going to be putting the people in place, and we know who's going to be advising her on all sorts of key issues in regards to her presidency. And we're to assume that Trump is going to be worse?
Yeah, this security.
Where does that assumption come from?
I don't know. It's just an assumption. Because like I said, like we don't know what Trump is going to bring, but we know what Hillary Clinton is going to bring, and what she is bringing right now with this security expert team is like who's who in like this whole like an action film of American imperialism. This is like, you know what I'm saying? It's like this is the who's who. You know what I'm saying?
It's like the video game Doom, though.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I mean, she's gonna bring death and destruction. Just more of it. I mean, it's like whatever you want to call it: intervention, regime change, counterterrorism. All those words are just to make us feel better about our imperialism. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. And who was it? Was it Eisenhower that warned us about the military-industrial complex and how it could take over our politics? Now, with respect to Eisenhower, I think we were already there at the time. We were already a superpower. I just think that now it's just, I guess, happened exponentially, and it's been supercharged. It's been a sustained strategy. I mean, it doesn't matter who the president is. It seems to just continue.
It's a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, and they just continue reading the same playbook and executing the same strategy. 99 deep, just bam, just. You know what I'm saying?
Fly patterns.
Bam. That's it. There's no other play in the playbook. It is just one play, and it's mass destruction. Mass breeding of terrorism.
So, whoever gets into office, if they have the same playbook,
then they execute the same plays. Doesn't matter who the QB is. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter who the coach is.
Doesn't matter who the coach
Doesn't matter who the team is.
No.
They have the same playbook.
You have to change the playbook. I mean, that's a novel idea, right? That's like crazy. I'm talking about crazy right here. Gotta change the playbook. You would think that with a new administration, it would come with a new playbook.
That's a campaign slogan.
Change the playbook.